I'm Alex, this is Calvin, this is Kevin. And Calvin was originally the one that brought us into this idea.
I went to MIT to tour their college, and the tour guide told us about a prank that students there did some number of years ago, where they snuck into the tallest building on campus and they put lights on all the windows, and then they played Tetris on the building. And I thought that was really funny.
So basically our plan right now is to originally make a board that we could display on our door 5 window, which will be public to all the students entering the school in the morning. And basically we'll be able to play games such as Tetris by coding controls onto them and coding LED lights so that you can display the game.
But also something that the school can use for like future events. And we could have the LED thing display something different, like for a football game, like the scoreboard or something else, right? And our idea is to have something student made that's not just some TV screen you could buy off Amazon, that can help the school in future events and be a cool part of the school legacy.
And for this project, obviously, is to make the big board. We're planning to have a 4x8 of these. And in addition to Tetris, we can find some other cool games, mini games we're able to play for the Mid-Autumn Festival celebration this year at the Hinsdale Public Library. We were thinking that just to add more atmosphere.
For the teachers and people watching, we are very close to finishing this project, and all we need is a little bit of support, involvement in the Hinsdale community.
This project has been great. It's been a challenge on both the software and hardware pros so far. Like Kevin said, we're close to getting it done, but we've actually faced a lot of problems both in assembling the thing and trying to figure out how to like have these pixels work and how to connect it using different aspects, right? And I think in general for me, it was a great learning experience. And I think Calvin here can elaborate more on that.
Yeah, I think it was definitely not easy, right? And sometimes you can get stuck on one thing for a really long time. But it's definitely doable. I think we definitely learned a lot. I know I learned a lot about coding, as a beginner, I guess, into code. It was really fun, I think. But even I feel like anyone could really do this, especially with how helpful AI is nowadays. It can really break down a lot of the really complicated things if you're willing to just sit down, and write an essay into the ChatGPT prompt. I know people used to talk about, like YouTube and Khan Academy, right? All the other free resources online. But really, you could just tell ChatGPT, I have this project I'm going to do. How do I get started? It could draft you a plan, tell you what materials to buy, right? You can give you a timeline on what to do. I think it's really helpful. I think along the way, a lot of the problems I had, I could describe to ChatGPT and it could recommend some troubleshooting things I could do, right? Or some things that could make it easier, or some materials, right? Or whatever. So with the resources, right, free to everyone, I feel like more than ever, if you really wanted to, you could make something like this, or even better,
This is a very important learning experience. And I don't think it's only about coding, it's also about the idea of creating a project and going through with this project. Also very important to communicate, for example, all of the meetings we had. And to the teachers watching, something very important we learned about this is how to make connections, especially to the person who guided us.
What I have to thank is Mr. Sia. He's been a really big help for us and really got this project off the ground. And I think without him, we never would have been able to actually get this show on the road, since, half the battle is beginning, or whatever they say these days, right? But really the first steps, right? The planning out and the getting stuff and just having enough confidence to go through with it, right? Knowing that you could reasonably succeed in the end is not the most easy. So he was there to support us right at the beginning when we needed it most. He offered to teach us about binary math and computer hardware and software, for free. As someone who does CS, as a professional, he was willing to help us. And I think that's very generous of him. And we thank you very much for that.